Hey, what's up guys? It's Lestar, back with another Diablo 3 Season 28 episode. In this one, we're going to kind of do an update to my build guide video I did for the beginning of the season, and this is more so um, just your farming build. At least this is what I've been using. I think it's not too bad. I like it. We have a T16 gold farming set and a GR90 primal farming set, because GR90s are the best GR level to do for legendaries per hour, basically. So you want primals, 90s. Anything higher than that, the length that it takes you is cost more than your return on investment, essentially. So yeah, do 90s. According to Rax, by the way. That's not coming from me. That's from Rax. So yeah, T16 gold farm set. We're wearing 5-piece God Gears of Dreadland set. Shoulders, arms, chest, legs, and boots. And then Ring of Royal Grandeur. And then we're wearing two-piece Guardians. Because for me anyway, I never get very high Paragon in a season, and Guardians is really amazing for low Paragon. It gives you so much damage and so much survivability at low Paragon levels. It's insane. So if you're one of those people who don't usually get very high up in Paragon at any given season, try out Guardians, see how you like it. And this build is pretty easy to integrate it into. We basically just drop the Wraps of Clarity that you would wear instead for the Guardians bracers, and trust me, you'll be doing more damage and have better survivability than if you were wearing Wraps of Clarity. For the jewelry, squirts for damage, and we can basically keep squirts up forever because we're using Fortress Ballista. So we get a shield every time we attack. For 3%, for 30% of our maximum life, basically. COE for more damage, and because we don't really have anything else we want to wear. You might wear like a Stone of Jordan or something for the elemental damage, just to have more consistent damage. But I think COE is perfectly fine here. And then Avarice Band, because this is a gold farm build, so we want that gold pickup radius. For the belt, we're wearing Hunter's Wrath because the Gears of Dreadland set scales really well off of attack speed, and this belt also gives your primary skills 200% increased damage, which is really nice because that's how we're attacking with this build. Our other weapon, Dawn, pretty standard in almost every single Demon Hunter build because you need to keep that Vengeance up. Vengeance is a huge part of the majority of Demon Hunter builds because it's essentially 40%, 50% damage reduction and 40% damage increase. So it's goated, best in slot basically. If you don't have Vengeance on your hotbar, you're doing something wrong. The rest of our skills, I guess, Smokescreen for the movement speed, Hungering Arrow because that's our damage skill, and we just need it to build up momentum stacks on our Gears of Dreadland, so we have to have it on our bar. And then Companion, this is set up with a Wolf Companion. Bat Companion is also nice because it gives you hatred regen, so it'll help you keep your resource up in between groups of enemies because T16 doesn't have perfect mob density, so there will be a few times where you will run out of resource because you're not regenning enough, and you get regen or you get resource back from hitting enemies. So if you're not hitting enemies, you will run out of resource fairly quickly because attack speed. This build scales really well off attack speed. And then we're just using prep here for the permanent 20% discipline increase, just so we can use Smokescreen a little bit more often. And then Strafe, because this is our main source of damage in this build. We're using Drifting Shadow on this one. For the cube, 9 series satchel for the Hungering Arrow damage. I have heard that Bolas is better for damage than Hungering Arrow. I haven't personally tested it myself, but you can try that as well. Gold Wrap for the armor makes you unkillable on T16, and then Ring of Royal Grandeur to make all of our sets work together. For our passives, Thrill of the Hunt, Call of the Week, Night Stalker, and Ambush. I like Call of the Week here because we're using the Cold Rune on Hungering Arrow, so it kind of meshes pretty well. And then Thrill of the Hunt also as well scales with that. So, I mean, it's not anything crazy, but look at this toughness from Guardian. That's all from Guardians essentially, because this build's only set up with 800 Paragon, with 2.5 million sheet damage and 133 million toughness. That's all Guardians. So if you've never used Guardians, I would suggest trying it, especially if you're not one to get super high Paragon in a season. As far as the GR90 build is concerned, we drop Gold Wrap for Depth Diggers in the cube instead for that additional 100% damage increase from our primary skills. And then we drop the COE and Avarice Band for Focus and Restraint, so 50% damage increase and 50% damage reduction. But that's really it. I mean, that's all you got to change, really. Gems, we're using Simplicities, Trapped, and Gogok in the push build, or in the GR Primal farming build. And then in the gold farming build, we're using Boon of the Hoarder, Simplicities, and Trapped. Trapped is goated because we're using the cold rune, and Simplicities is necessary because we're doing our damage through our primary skill. So why would we not get the increased primary damage? And these gems are only set up at rank 100, not 150, because you're not doing 150s with this build. It's just not happening. You could get your gems to rank 100 fairly easily with this build, I almost assure you. I would bet you'd be able to do a 110 with this. Probably wouldn't be very pretty, but you could do it, and you could get your gems up to 100, but you're not doing 150s, so rank 100. But this isn't supposed to be that. This is gold farming and doing speed GRs for those primals, especially because for Season 28 you need primals to finish out the altar, so this would be my pick, I guess. So yeah, there are the builds. There's going to be a GR after this with this build, just kind of show off the power on the 90. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If not, leave a dislike. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all in the next one. Adios, my friends. Have a good season, by the way. It's just starting. You got plenty of time, trust me.
Trials.
I'm still waiting.